This episode is brought to you by SimpliSafe. Thanks for tuning into the Adam Carolla Show. You can watch the full show on YouTube. Just search Adam Carolla Show and hit subscribe so you never miss an episode. You can also get the podcast wherever you like to listen. And for extra content, ad-free episodes, and more, you can head over to our Substack and sign up today.
February 27th and 28th, Adam Carolla's in Dallas, Texas. 2 shows Friday, 2 shows Saturday at Hyenas Comedy Club. Don't miss Adam Carolla in Dallas, Texas at the end of this month. Get your tickets now at adamcarolla.com.
Yeah, get it on. Got to get it on. No choice. We got to recommend that you get it on. And Rudy's in the studio. Got all this stuff to talk about.
What's happening?
Oh, I was just thinking we were talking about it off the air. I talk to Dr. Drew about this all the time. There's no hierarchy anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So there is no boss.
Yes.
So the boss can say something and the janitors can say something, but they're equal because there is no boss. We got rid of hierarchy.
Yeah. Remember when the ladder used to go up and now it's one of those ladders at the fair on a rope that just goes level like this? And then you have to try to get across there's no going up the ladder anymore.
No climbing that ladder or that gym rope.
Yeah.
All right. So lots of stuff to get into today. The great Robert Duvall passed, so I'm told. Mm-hmm. Interesting guy. Probably last of the old school who, did it their own way. Hollywood. Hollywood, it's funny because Hollywood was dude on dude. It was like Charlton Heston and John Wayne and famously all these like hard drinking, womanizing, doing his own, when he found out, when Cuffy Eubanks found out his girlfriend was pregnant, he punched her in the belly, cussed her out, and left her.
How dare she?
How dare she? Like weird stuff like that, and he drove his Stutz Bearcat off a cliff, and he was 7 times the legal limit, and whatever.
A better time.
Yeah, and now it's all fucking pussies. It's all like Mark Ruffalo. And it's like a competition to see who the biggest pussy is. Mm-hmm. And back then it was a competition to see who the manliest man was.
Yeah, a lot of it wasn't acting. Like when John Wayne would say stuff like, "Load your hands, you sons of bitches." He was talking to the PA behind the camera. He wasn't talking.
Right.
He was like getting after people.
Yeah. So it's a whole new world order. But it's interesting that, I don't know, maybe we passed through the middle in like the year 2000 or 2005 or something when actors were just sort of actors versus womanizing alcoholics versus weeping pussies now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There must have been some mid-level, there was something from 1957 to 2026. We must have passed through some sort of neutral zone in 1997 where dudes were just dudes and they weren't misogynist, but also they weren't all pussy whipped either.
Don Johnson. He's like right in the middle, old school kind of guy, but not a dude you'd think that would be out like, punching his pregnant girlfort in the stomach.
Been married for 30 years.
Yeah,
that guy.
That guy, yeah.
All right. So anyway, Gene Hackman. Sorry, not Gene Hackman.
Yeah, Robert Duvall.
Robert Duvall, old school dude. But if you listen to this podcast for the last 10 years, you will understand that I did have a problem with the man.
Yeah.
Not personally, but in one of his greatest roles, which is Gone in 60 Seconds, the remake, and he's playing the mentor dude, who's a dude. Like he's got. By the way. I don't know why, but I'll tell you what you're not looking for in an auto body shop. Dimly lit. but every body shop in a movie is dimly lit.
Yeah.
And the other thing you'd like in an auto body shop is nice circulation because you're dealing with resins and epoxies and lacquer thinner. And it's always dimly lit with a fan that's up on the wall. It's one of those wall-mounted fans. It's huge, like 4 feet. and it's turning about one revolution every 80 seconds, which is not exactly an exhaust fan pulling all the fumes out of the lacquer you're spraying.
Yeah, well, they make it seem like a chop shop, and there's always sparks flying. It's like, I don't need sparks in my auto body.
Grinding, yes. Everyone is grinding something. And they did figure out, like, one thing hot chicks could do in movies and commercials was grind shit. Because a grinder is just a right angle 6-inch thing, and you just turn it on, and all you have to do is lean it against a piece of steel, and sparks will shoot out. And then at some point, she can stop grinding and take her welder's hood back to reveal a super hot chick.
Yeah.
And then she'd be like, "McManix, I didn't think I'd see your face around here again." Right? And then get back to grinding.
Yeah.
This never-ending grinding that's going on. But anyway, Robert Duvall keeps cassettes of cars he likes, and I'll tell you, he's talking about a Daytona 4-cam Ferrari, which is a really cool vintage race car, like a 71, 72. One just sold 6 months ago at Pebble Beach for like $9 million. It was like the most expensive one. But here's how he'll describe it. He's playing it for Memphis Reigns. Sorry. Memphis Reigns is Nick Cage's character.
Resurrection. Now we restore, we revive. Come here. Remember we used to do this?
What?
You know, come here. Okay. The Ferrari 365 GTB4 Daytona, Le Mans, 1971. Quad cam?
That's a V12.
V12, right. Here it peaks at 5,500 RPM.
What do you know about Raymond Calitri?
It peaks at 9,500 RPM. 5,500 is, you're not making horsepower at 5,500.
You're losing that race.
You got to red line it. By the way, when you look at dyno charts and you see some of these, some of my engines are making at medium or low RPM, it's nothing. It's Toyota Corolla Camry numbers. It's when it gets up into the super red line realm is when they really start making horsepower. Mm-hmm. So anyway, it's 9,500 RPM, not 5,500 RPM. Now, to be fair to Duvall, somebody just told him that. It was written in the script that way.
Yeah.
Here's what I want to know about script writers. How do you know? And the answer is, obviously you don't. So don't you want to look it up? Like if I was like, this guy, the average bull mastiff male dog weighs 60 pounds. I'd be like, well, I don't really know that. I would have to go look up to see what an average... If I had my character saying something, I would go look it up, especially if I was a fucking nerd and I didn't know anything about this subject.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because usually they'll drop it on you, and then you go, "Is that right?" And then they go, "I don't know," and then they just walk away and never have to correct themselves.
5,500, the streetcar doesn't. The red line's not. 5,500 red line is low. It's like American V8 low, push rod low, single cam low. Yeah,
of course.
And even those are higher. But anyway, so he'll be missed.
Yeah.
But that's not by the car community. That's all. Not by the 4-cam Ferrari guys.
Yeah. 2 underrated movies that he never gets credit for. And everybody talks about The Godfather, but Colors with Sean Penn. Absolutely amazing movie. So good in it. And then The Paper with Michael Keaton. It's such a good movie. When he comes out, he's screaming at everybody, 9:05, and he's yelling at everybody because the meeting's 5 minutes late. He was great in that movie, and nobody ever talks about those 2 roles.
Agreed. All right.
He was in that movie with Michael Douglas, where Michael Douglas kind of loses his mind.
Falling Down?
Falling Down.
Yeah, that's a good one.
He says, "And you leave the skin on the chicken." Great line.
Yeah, and you do, but you don't shift at 5,500 at Le Mans with that 4-cam, or as he called it, quad cam, V12.
Also, he said Le Mans. You notice that? M-A-N-S? He drops an S in there, too.
Probably said it in the script, probably said Le Mans. But anyway, you say Le Mans, and I know people think it's hoity-toity, but that's just what it's called.
Absolutely.
That's what they call it. All right, so more car talk. You can hate Trump all you want, but when he got rid of the start-stop button in cars, that I will remember him for those kinds of moves.
Sure.
Like, it's an interesting thing to have a politician talk about little stuff that's sort of real. Like, the thing I always hated about Kamala and Joe Biden, it was like a lot of euphemistic seats at the table and everyone's welcome and we have to create a society and blah, blah, blah. But I never really heard anything specific. Like I love, like, no tax on tips. Okay, that's a thought. That's the thing. That start-stop button drives me insane in an automobile, and that's when you pull up to the light, the engine stops, and then it fires up again, and it drives everyone nuts. And he's like, no more of that. It's just an EPA bullshit Obama-era thing that he went, fuck it, get rid of it.
Yeah.
And by the way, it adds to the cost of the car, everybody.
Sure. Yeah, because I was always wondering what it is. Do you really save that much gas? Is it really that much sort of CO2 that goes into the air because of it? And it seems like every time they try to do this nonsense, there's always some sort of repercussions that they never thought about. They never thought about maybe it would just drive everybody who is, no pun intended, insane while they're sitting at a stoplight waiting for their car. Well, it's just, and especially at night when it's 2 a.m. and you hit that red light,
it's unnerving.
Silent. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, you think you're going to get carjacked. All right, so we got rid of that. That's good. I had like 2 car trailer situations in like a 3-day span, which is interesting. But also, it reminded me that knowing how to do stuff is good, and like problem solving is good. And I didn't really realize, if you have a kind of problem solving brain, you don't realize how much it's applied. But then also you don't realize how so many people don't have that. And then you get flummoxed, perplexed, and angered when you hear their stupid ideas all the time because you're passing it through your problem-solving brain. So first, comically, I had a car here, one of my first vintage race car, Datsun 610, Bob Sharp, later to form Newman Sharp. But this was Bob Sharp before Newman, Danbury, Connecticut, passed recently, good dude. And it's original paint, lacquer from back in the day, blah, blah, blah. And it's the first car I bought. I bought on eBay and went vintage racing in it. And it's the kind of car, it's not really worth that much. It's my first sort of vintage car. It's original Bob Sharp paint scheme, which doesn't exist anywhere. The guys restore the cars and they repaint them, and they even hit me up on occasion to look at my car to get the color right or whatever, because I have one of the few, maybe the only original Bob Sharp. I think maybe the only original paint. The other ones got painted and wrecked and whatever. But couple things I always tell everyone. All the major Japanese teams was Bob Sharp and the East Coast, Electromotive out here, and Pete Brock and BRE. I just dropped a vlog on the BRE 510. All, coincidentally, all red, white, and blue color schemes. Mm-hmm. I tell people all the time. There's all three major teams spread out racing Datsuns, and all with the red, white, and blue color scheme. And then someone said once, why? What kind of coincidence is that they all pick? Because it could be gold and black, could be anything you want. Why is it all red, white, and blue?
Yeah.
And I was like, if you just got done bombing Pearl Harbor and you wanted to sell some of your product in the country that you bombed, you might want to paint your shit red, white, and blue.
Absolutely. Yeah.
That might help. If you do the giant sun on the roof with the white car, you might not move as many units. So this is not that long after they bombed Pearl Harbor, and you're trying to break into this market in the early 70s, late 60s.
Is that why your color scheme on your cars is red, white, and blue? Because you're like, you know what, those Japanese podcasts, we're going to kick the shit out of those podcasts. We're coming for you.
Yeah, well, Electromotive, I'm sorry. The car I loaded in, which is a 300ZX, is a Clayton Cunningham car. These were Z cars that ran in the 90s. One actually won its class at Le Mans.
Good name.
And all that kind of stuff. And there's like 8 of them on the planet, and they're really cool pieces. But those were red, white, and blue as well. Yeah, all my cars are red, white, and blue because Newman cars were red, white, and blue because he was with Bob Sharp that was red, white, and blue. The other cars I have are Pete Brock BRE cars. Those are red, white, and blue, and they're all Japanese. So they all went red, white, and blue. So I have Japanese cars. That's why I'm all red, white, and blue. Mm-hmm. My German cars are not red, white, and blue.
Oh.
They're white and like white and blue and then red.
Okay.
I mean, but separately.
Sure. Yeah.
I know I said red, white, and blue.
Yeah.
But they're all, one's white and pink.
Yeah.
So the Germans were like, A, we didn't bomb Pearl Harbor, and B, we're Porsche. Fuck you. You don't want one of our cars? You want one of our cars, you fucking blue-eyed devil? Go fucking wait in line.
That's right.
Germans are like, we don't need to come in here and suck anyone's dick. Mm-hmm. You'll be waiting in line to get your fucking hands on one of our cars.
Yeah.
So that's how they roll.
Yeah, that Russian car, all red with just a little bit of gold accent to
it.
Man, looks great out
Big
there.
Sickle going across the roof.
When you talk about Japanese cars, I made a comment to my girlfriend the other day. I was walking through Kansas City, and I saw a kid. We've definitely gone from guys like wrenching on their vehicles, these sort of, maybe multi-million-dollar cars. These guys just have cars that they sound like tin boxes that they're in their driveway wrenching on, and they get the real high-end wee, wee, wee. And my girlfriend said, "What is that?" And I said, "It's a rice burner." And she goes, "What the hell is a rice burner? Is that?" I was like, "Ooh, that's probably a canceled term that got thrown out a while ago. I don't think you can say that." But was that wasn't like what those guys were running back in the day? When you talk about the Japanese cars, they're sort of smaller, compact with the spoilers on them. You're talking more about the style vintage car that you drive, right?
Well, anyone who went. Well, I'm not sure what the question is exactly.
Well, no, I'm saying, like, did they have those sort of Japanese cars back then? Or is that sort of a new thing, the new version of these cars that are like the Japanese style cars, that like the Tokyo Drift style cars?
Yeah. Well, that's what they turned into in the 80s and 90s, I guess, in early 2000s, the JDM or whatever it's called. There's a thing called, I think it's called JDM. Andrew can look it up. But anyway, Japanese something. Well, mine is like first gen. So these were like, didn't have all the ground effects and all the shit that the new ones have. And those are privateers. Those are guys just doing their own thing. That's not race team stuff. So they're not red, white, and blue.
Could you almost can you tell the difference between the two from back in the day? Or were they just like, this is the best style of a car? When you see a NASCAR today, it's a Chevy, it's a Ford, it's a Dodge, whatever it is, but they all sort of look the same. Was that back in the day when they had the Japanese cars? Did those sort of look American? You couldn't tell the difference?
No, they look different.
Oh, they did? Okay.
Oh, cool. Well, they were much smaller and compact size. The Americans made big cars, and Japanese made small, fuel-efficient cars. Mm-hmm. And nobody really – they looked down on the Japanese cars. Rice burner, derogatory, but rice rocket, that's a big thumbs up. Yeah. I still like the rice rocket for the Kawasaki 4-stroke, or 2-stroke. America made big, bulky cars, and Japanese made nimble, little cars. And people looked at the little Japanese cars kind of a joke because they were like little, and they didn't have a V8. They had small displacement engines, very small. And so we sort of made fun of them. And then the fuel crisis hit, the OPEC fuel crisis hit. And then all of a sudden, everyone wanted good fuel mileage. And then all of a sudden, mileage was a big-ass deal because fuel was expensive and there was a shortage. So all of a sudden, the Japanese got a foothold in the American market because they were kind of laughed at, and then they needed them, and then everyone started getting Japanese cars because they needed the mileage.
Sure. Yeah.
And they were more durable, probably didn't break down. America was getting kind of soft and fat and lazy, and their cars were kind of junky, and they're big fat bloated Unions and Big 3 auto, kind of no competition, not lean, not mean, didn't have to prove it to anybody, and they were just getting kind of bloated and junky, and the build quality was bad, and the cars were just goofy, shitty, early 70s cars, and they couldn't deal with smog was starting to come in, and they didn't know what to do with smog. They didn't know how to pass smog emissions without just detuning their engines and stuff. And the Japanese just showed up and started to eat their lunch, basically. And then they got a foothold, and then they basically, by the time you got to the mid-90s, you'd be stupid to buy an American car. You'd want the reliability and the fuel efficiency. I only drove Japanese mini trucks the whole time I was a carpenter, because it's like they're bulletproof, they get great mileage, they're cheap, and they work.
Yeah.
JDM, Japanese domestic market. Well, they're there. That's what JDM stands for. Anyway, SimpliSafe. Well, if you're like me, you like staying prepared for anything, and that's what I hate about most security systems. They wait for someone to break in to do something. Well, it's too late by then. SimpliSafe's Active Guard outdoor protection, AI, and live monitoring agents catch people lurking around your property. And it's super affordable with monitoring plans starting at only $1 a day. We know that the government isn't going to protect us. So I suggest you start doing it yourself, and that's where SimpliSafe comes in. I use SimpliSafe, and everyone here does as well, and we always have. They've been a great sponsor over the years. Please support our great sponsors with SimpliSafe and start protecting yourself. Am I right, Dawson?
You can get 50% off your new SimpliSafe system with professional monitoring and your first month free at SimpliSafe.com/Adam. Again, that's 50% off your new SimpliSafe system with professional monitoring and your first month free at SimpliSafe.com/Adam. There's no safe like SimpliSafe.
I moved my 610 out of here, which was comical. I would say if you're looking to sum up how life works for me, I'd say it'd be this one exchange, right? So I'm told if you're a member of AAA, and don't show any pictures, Andrew, because this is not what I'm talking about. You should know the difference between a Z car and a 610 by now. I am told that AAA will move your car on a flatbed like twice a year or something for no charge.
Really?
Or whatever.
Yeah. Huh.
You can call them. Now, it's supposed to be you breaking down somewhere, and this car didn't break down somewhere. It's got no transmission in it. It's parked here, but technically,
yeah.
It's a 72 Datsun 610, whatever, and they'll come pick it up, right?
Sure.
So that's the comedy. I mean, that's the fun part. So you're going to get your car flatbedded for free.
Yeah.
And then when the guy shows up, it's explained to me that the first 7 miles are free, but the next 34 miles to Malibu are at a premium. So what was my free car move is now $350.
Yeah.
But all right, okay, gotta pay, gotta get the car moved. So the guy's Russian, and I've said it many times, but somebody has to tell Russians they're white, because they are the last crazy white people on the planet. All white people have been sort of systematically wringed out of our society. We used to have Vikings and Huns and we had lots of crazy Germanic tribes and shit, and lots of crazy ass white people. I mean, even all the way to Hitler kind of stuff. But eventually white people just kind of sobered up and got a little sane, and now it's all the Muslims that are nuts. But you can't really, find me, other than Russia, find me like a white country that's really fucked up and a troublemaker, and, find me the white Haiti or the white Mexico or the whatever it is, and you can't really find it.
No, I think maybe America might be the closest thing too.
Yeah, but we're not even white anymore.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right. Yep.
And what's going on over here is we got the Somalis running daycare stuff, and we got the drug kingpins over there from the Mexican cartels that are in. We're not even we're
yeah.
I mean, the white guys are trying to hold down the fort a little bit here, but we've been taken over by a lot of fucking crazies who are basically just doing what they do.
Yep.
They're just doing it here.
Yeah.
All right, well, fertile soil. So, far as I can tell, Russia's the last of the crazy white people.
Yeah.
There is no more crazy white people.
Oh, you want to find a good rabbit hole on YouTube? Just Google Russian taxi drivers and watch those guys pull out machetes and just run after people. They are the most insane group of people.
I really mean that someone needs to go over there. We need an envoy to explain to them, you're white. Knock it the fuck off. It's 2026.
Yeah.
You're done.
Yeah.
And listen, there were times when the Swedes and the Germans and the French, they all had a run at something at some point, but it's over. And it's been over for a long time. Nobody was more fucked up than the Vikings, but that was 800 years ago.
Yeah.
They're done. You guys are still going with this shit. All right, so this guy, he's the Russian tow truck driver.
Sure.
And they also don't really mince words, those people, And he shows up, and he's like short and stocky. He's already got a chip on his shoulder.
Tracksuit?
And he comes in. No, he had to wear the shirt,
Sure,
But as soon as he got home, into that.
For sure,
that crushed velvet tracksuit.
Yeah, got that golf hat with the cigar, for sure.
Medallion, no undershirt. So he comes in, and he does my least favorite thing. And I don't know why it drives me nuts, but he comes in the door, and he goes, what is... It's a car. It has no transmission. There's no. The transmission's dropped. I pulled it out. I put it in a 5-tap. So there's just a hole. And he goes, "Is no emergency brake? It's a race car. It doesn't have. It's a gutted shell of a car with a roll cage in it and no speedometer and one big sideways tack." Peaks at 5,500 RPM, according to Duvall, and a steering wheel that pops off, and no signals, no lights, and one seat, nothing else in the car, just one seat, the harness, And he says, "Where is emergency brake?" I go, "There is no emergency brake. No brake. No. No brake." I'm like, I can't. This part drives me nuts. I was like, "No brake.
No brake.
No brake." I don't know how many. I frequently stop talking when people do this, and then they get angry. But in your world, this is never going to end.
Yeah.
We'll just keep going in perpetuity. You'll keep asking me the same fucking question over and over again. No transmission. No. No transmission. No. I can't put it in gear because, yes, no. There is no. I don't know. We have words. I give answers. That's how it works.
Yeah.
So that took a while. But also, hey, douche, just fucking load it up. Use your stupid tie downs you're going to use anyway and tow it.
Yeah.
So
I don't know anybody. I don't understand why people care so much about their jobs. Sometimes
I have no idea.
I just look. I remember getting scolded once by a woman who ran like a one of those bottle she sold at a water bottle store in the Mall of America in Minneapolis. She yelled. I was like, "Why do you care? You manage this place. You make $17 an hour. Who gives a shit?" Says, "Stop. Nobody. Why do you care?"
People say all the time, it's the only power they have or something. I guess. I don't know. I tell people this all the time. I used to teach comedy traffic school. If somebody showed up more than 15 minutes late, I was supposed to send them home. I've never sent anyone home, and I have people show up hours late.
Yeah.
And they'd come in the door. "Oh, I'm sorry. I thought it was the other one at the Woodland Hill." I guess just sit down.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Doesn't
Why
matter.
do I care? I don't care at all. And making you go home and ruining your day doesn't make me feel powerful.
Yeah.
It makes you feel like an asshole.
Yeah. I want people engaged in their jobs, but unless it helps me out, then I need you to be there's a dude who just sits on his phone. He hangs at the parking garage outside of my apartment, and technically he's not supposed to let me back in without a badge.
Right.
And every time after I do Jimmy Kimmel's Comedy Club in Vegas, I walk back home and I walk up to that parking ramp. That dude is staring at his phone. Through his peripheral, he sees that there's somebody is coming. He reaches over, he grabs the door, he opens it. He never takes his eyes off his phone. And I walk right past him and I go, "Thank you so much.
I love
Thank you."
Apathy.
Yes.
So this guy gets the car on the flatbed and he leaves for Malibu. Now, I already know that there's going to be a possible issue getting the car in the garage because there's a steepish driveway and the street is a little bit steep. And I'm kind of doing the math on, is he going to be able to back this flatbed up with this angle of the street and then the angle of the driveway and back it up and just lower the car into the garage, because if he drops it in the street, I can't get it into the garage.
Yeah.
It's too steep. It would take. It's a hard car. Race cars don't like rolling that well on their own. I would say it would take 4 to 5 guys to push that thing up that driveway.
For sure.
It's steep, and the car's a couple thousand pounds, and it's 5 or 6 guys who aren't there, and it's not going to happen. So the guy pulls up in front of the house. I go down there. He's got the flatbed parked in front. And I go, can you back it up, go up the street, like back it down and turn it and put it so I can put it in the garage, you know, and it's not going to work. It's too steep. I go, well, can we try it? It's too steep. It cannot lower. The thing has like some skis on the bump stops on something on the bed. It's like,
sure.
And I'm like, can you just go up the hill and like try to back it down? And I'm standing there doing the thing. I got the but it's 4 feet from my head. And I'm fucking having a seizure. And I'm trying to like wave him, crank it around. It's not going to work. You know, I go, okay, but if you leave it in the street, it's going to stay in the street. Oh, by the way, it doesn't have a brake or any. If it stays in the street, I'll have to chalk the tires.
Yeah.
If something happens to those chalks, that thing's rolling down to PCH. And I really don't know how I'm getting this thing into the garage, because I don't have 5 guys.
Yeah.
And I don't have a winch. And I'm already starting to think. I'm starting to think about a come along. Mm-hmm. Come alongs work pretty good. They're just. You ever use a come along?
I haven't. No.
Come along, I used one to put my house, when my walls, house from 1923 were all spanned out. I'll tell you what you could do with a come along. If you had a 4-wheeler ATV get off the road and get stuck in some mud and die on you, and it was 15 feet away, you could go get a come along cable and wrap it around a tree and put the other hook on the bumper of the thing and start cranking it, and it would pull that thing up. Yeah. Like I don't know how many pounds, but I could a hook on the front tow hook of that car or the rear. I take a come along and I wrap it around something in that garage, which that would be a second problem to deal with. Mm-hmm. And I could literally hand crank that winch.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I could drag that thing up the driveway to the point where maybe I could get over the Mason-Dixon line and push it in or something. But I don't have a come along, and that thing's in the street, right? So the guy goes, it's not going to work. And I make him try, and it's true. Those skids are like hitting, and it's like, I can't do it. So I go, shit. Let's see. How am I going to get this thing into this garage? And he goes, I can pull it, I'll pull it up the street, up the hill, and I'll drop you off up the hill. And I go, okay. I could get a coasting run at it.
This is America's Funniest Home Videos written all over it.
He goes, when I drop it off, you have to get in the car and you have to put the brake on, because there's no brakes. There's no way to stop it from rolling down. Yeah. And it's a steep hill.
Oh, man.
So I go up there. Okay, I go, so, okay, bring it up the street. Bring it up the street and get as far to the left as you can. Once the thing gets lowered down, but before you undo the winch cable, I'll get in the car, which I got to crawl in through the window of the car, and I'm getting all fucking bent up. It's the only time him any pity he showed to me. He's like, you need help? I'm like, I can get in. I mash myself into the car.
Yeah.
And he goes, you got to put your foot on the brake, because when I detach the thing, the car's going.
She's going.
Right. And I'm like, I haven't bled these brakes or driven this car in a long time. Like, I don't even know if the brakes fucking work in this car. But I get in the car and I hit the brake pedal and it's pretty stiff. So I go, okay, I think the brakes will grab it. I'm up the hill about 100 feet. And I go, I can coast it. I can get a run. But I got to get a pretty good run, because if I don't make it all the way up and over the hump of the steep driveway, if I make it even to the top of the driveway, there's nothing like I'm getting out of the car. It's just going to roll back down the driveway. There's nothing. I could chalk it there, but I still can't push it up myself. So I got to get a run to get in this garage. And I'm like, he's looking at me like I'm fucking nuts.
Yeah.
Right.
Listen to the story. I feel like you're nuts.
Right. But what I can't say in Russian is I race cars, bitch. I can handle this fucking car. I can handle the car, but we're only getting one shot, you know? So then I go look on the driveway and I'm trying to figure out the angle because the street curves down and the driveway curves up. And let me tell you something. I have a lot of experience trying to get race cars down driveways and up driveways, and you have to put wood ramps on them because they just scrape. You would not believe how hard it is to get a race car just from a parking lot in a warehouse onto a city street because you don't realize the streets turn down. That's why everything goes into the gutter. And you don't realize how low that fiberglass sweep is in front of that race car, and they just drag.
Sure.
So I'm like looking at it, and the driveway's cracked, and it's raised up like 1.5 inches, and I'm looking at the front air dam of the car. It says Datsun dealerships on it. And I'm like, fuck. When I hit this thing, that air dam's just going to snap right off. And sometimes you can do a quick release on them or something, but it's bolted up all the way across. And I'm like, if I get a run at this thing, I'm definitely going to snap the air dam. It's all right. You can find one. You can paint it and put it back on, put the Datsun dealer decals with. Kind of a bitch, but it also could bottom out and just hit hard because the street's coming down and the driveway's going up, and this is a low-ass car. Now, if I hit it with some gusto, I'll probably make in the garage, but I will bust up the front of this car on that driveway. So the guy releases here's the comedy. The guy goes, I'm going to take pictures of you. I do not want to be sued.
Yeah.
When you tell me, shit went wrong.
Sure.
So he literally gets his iPad, which is always weird when people take pictures with the iPad. I don't know why.
Yeah.
And he gets his iPad, and I'm in the car. Like I'm in the, thumbs up. I'm in the picture.
Fonz.
And he gets down like on one knee. He takes a picture. He goes around the other side of the car, and he's taking pictures because he wants evidence in case I try to sue the company when I destroy my car, right? That he's going to go, I dropped it off. I took a picture. I left. Whatever happened after that's up to him.
Yep.
So I go, oh, shit. Okay. What do I got to do here? All right. The cannonball run plan is out because of the air dam in the front of the car, and it's going to scrape. And I don't have any wood ramps to aim for or anything. So he unhooks the winch cable. I'm now just sitting on the hill with the brake on, and I move down the hill. And I go out wide, and I turn to get it as straight as I possibly can into the driveway. And the front wheels go up into the driveway, and the rear wheels are just sitting in the street. But it's kind of buoyant. It's just sort of in the middle. It's not rolling forward or backward. It's just there.
Yeah.
And it stops. And then I go, okay. And this guy's just looking at me like, he gets back, and he's got to go up the hill and turn around and come back down. But he's got a big flatbed, so it's going to take him a minute.
Okay.
And I'm just looking at it, and I'm like, I don't have a come-along. I don't have a winch. I can't drag this thing. And then I was like, I could push it. I got an electric car. Electric cars, while not made for pushing shit, are good for pushing shit.
Sure.
Because they don't have the internal combustion drag or lag or any of that. It's just instant torque.
Yeah.
And you could progressively get, so I go, okay, got the Audi. It's electric. Then I go in the garage and I find one of those gardening knee pads, one of those pieces of foam rubber that's an 1.5 inches thick for gardening. And I just tape it to the back of the race car and I hang it over the bumper in the back. Like, I can't hit it straight on with the Audi because it's too narrow. The street's too narrow. I'm gonna be a little bit of an angle, but I think I can do this. I just pull the Audi up, hit the pad, and start ghost riding it up the drive. The wheels are straight. I know the car's just going to track straight. It's got enough room in the garage, and I start pushing it up, and it gets about halfway up, and there's like a little separation, and the pad falls to the ground.
Oh, no.
And the thing coasts back and pushes on my car, and I go back out and I chalk the tire.
Yeah.
So now I know it's good, and I back my car up and I put the pad back in again, and I just drove it into the garage.
Damn.
It didn't have a fucking scratch on it.
Wow.
The Audi didn't get a scratch on it. And the best fucking part is when the evil Russian guy took him so long to get up to the top of the street and turn around. By the time he came down the street, the car was in the garage.
Oh, wow.
And he was just looking at me as he went down that hill.
Man, did he give you a tip of the cap or anything? Like,
No, he did nothing. Okay. No horn honk, no nothing.
He couldn't push it with his vehicle? Like, is that where he kept his axe and 12 gauge? Like, why couldn't he just use his vehicle to be able to push the vehicle up?
His vehicle was too long to position behind my vehicle.
Oh, I suppose, yeah, because you just have the width of the street right there, right? It's a pretty small
you
street,
don't have the whole street. My car was in a quarter of the street,
yeah.
So he
That makes
couldn't
sense.
get his car straight. His is a diesel, not as good for pushing, sitting like bumper sat up high.
Mm-hmm.
No, I had the right car
Yeah.
for pushing.
Nice.
Except for the damage potential part.
Yeah.
Also, there's no fucking way was he getting near the liability of taking his thing and using it like a ramrod.
Yeah.
He'd get fired in a second.
Sure.
Everyone is so fucking litigious. They'd go, you dented the bumper on my race car, and then I'd write a letter to AAA, and then they'd go, you did what?
Mm-hmm.
And then he'd be fired.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. Well, they should be putting this, I don't know what kind of vehicle you have, whether it be Audi or if it's a Tesla, but they should be putting this in the sales program. Like, put this in the brochure. Like, yeah, I know everybody wants to be able to get 250 miles on one charge, but do you know you can push a vintage race car into a garage with one of these things?
pushed it right in,
That's
rolled
amazing.
right in, not a scratch on either car. And then a couple days later, I realized I was taking another race car, was getting picked up in a trailer.
Another Russian?
And now this was Les, my car guy, but he pulled this trailer in from Vista, California, and he's got a skinny ass trailer, and I got a wide ass car, and he backed this thing up, and we all pushed it in yesterday, but it was less than a quarter inch of clearance on each side of the rail and inside the thing. And if you do not believe me, I will show you a picture.
Wow.
Hold on. This is the right side of the car, and this is the amount of room there is on the right side. And we'll put these pictures up at adamcarolla.com. Or, well, I think I X'd a few of them out there. This is the right side. I will show you the left side, lest you think I'm exaggerating, because I took a picture of each side. That's the left side.
Yeah.
The car is 1/4 of an inch.
Yeah, there's no
is what we
clearance.
had to spare on each side.
That's crazy.
It's insane how little room there was to get this car in the straight.
Yeah.
So it's literally like the back of the trailer is 75 inches wide, and the car is 74 3/4. Mm-hmm. And so when you hit it, you have to be dead nuts on.
Yeah.
So perfect dead nuts on. And he backed the trailer in, and we had the car backed out, but the rear end was over a little bit.
Oh,
And
okay.
we weren't going to get a perfectly straight run at it.
Sure.
Right?
Yep.
And so now we had a conundrum. Were we going to back the car out and keep maneuvering it until we got it completely straight shot at the opening of the trailer? And how long would that take? And that'd be a lot of pushing of a car trying to get it straight. Mm-hmm. So where everyone was sitting there, my guys here and Les, trying to figure out, we got to move the back of the car over like 3 inches, but that's going to take a lot of pushing. So I said, Les, give me your floor jack, mechanics, kind you pump with your hand, mechanics floor jack.
Yeah.
Okay. I said, this car has a internal jack system. So real race cars, modern race cars, semi-modern race cars, they didn't jack the car up. They hit it with an air hose and the car popped up.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay.
It's got air jacks.
Okay.
And most Le Mans cars have air jacks, and even Pete Brock may have pioneered that technology on a Daytona. So the cars come into pit. There's a little nipple on the side of the car, and you take your compressor air hose and you pop it, and the car pops up. And you change the tires and you do whatever. Because the cars are so low that they couldn't get an old floor jack under it.
Yeah.
And it was just so much faster just to pop them up using the air jacks.
Yeah.
And there's one in the back and two in the front. Because you don't need four. You need just get it off the ground.
Yep.
And the front's where the engine is. So they'll put the two in front. They'll put the one in the back.
Yeah.
And so I said, give me that floor jack. And I said, I'll slide it under the car and put it where the air jack is because I know that's solid. And I jacked the back of the car up. And I said, just tell me when I could only see one side. When both tires have daylight under them. All right, got it an inch off the ground. I said, I took the jack with the wheels on it. I turned it the right direction. I said, everyone start pushing.
Yeah.
And we just pushed the car over 3 inches and lined it up. And then I just lowered it down, slid it back out, and we just slid it right back into the car, right back into the trailer. But what I'm saying is if you don't problem solve, you don't have that mind.
I'm going to send those pictures to my mom who fucked up my daughter's car this morning by backing into it while she was pulling out of the driveway. And they sent me photos and they were like, I know the car's 7.5 weeks old, but this is what happened to it today. And I was like, you've got to be kidding me.
Really?
Yes. Driving me. So when I see those pictures, especially on a day like today, it is chapping my ass.
There's literally the gate, which acts as a ramp on the trailer, has 2 high aluminum ribs on each side.
Yep.
And it's like this car has to fit between those ribs.
Wow.
And each side has less than a 1/4 inch. But we completely threaded it up.
Yeah, you could not get a gardener's knee pad in between the wall of that trailer and that vehicle. You were right, man. Yeah, that is close. Wow.
The other thing that was funny, I was out with Andrew and we were doing one of our Malibu fire vlogs. And I love walking around. I walk around construction sites where it's like half built, and I love seeing all the fuck ups because I grew up. That's how I was on those job sites all the time. Where the problem is built in. Everything has to be put into the slab before they pour the slab, and then at some point they pour it, and you'll just walk in. I can walk in and I'll see where the vent for the kitchen island that was coming up through the wall is right up against the 4x that the hold down was supposed to be. And you can see where they had to sawzall the 4x, move it over, like whatever. It's just shit happens.
Yeah.
Right? And not a lot of English is spoken. So anyway, I walked into this guy's who's building this house into his house. And he's got a big slab and it's up on top of the mountain. It's one of the few houses being built. And I looked up and you can see, this is where they want the view. It's the views out the back. And I could see there's a big header, a big paralam. And I looked down, I saw the J-bolts that they put in the slab to hold the walls down.
Oh, sure.
Went all the way through where the view was. I mean, there's going to be a big French door there. Somebody put the J-bolts in the wrong. That's what I'm saying. So I'll play it for you. Sorry. Somebody put J-bolts here where they shouldn't have. See, this is every construction site ever. Somebody put J-bolts all around the perimeter, looking at the plan, except for this is going to be big French doors. I call them freedom doors.
That's right.
Because I'm a patriot. So at some point, someone's going to have to get a carborundum blade and a wheel and a right angle grinder and nip these right off. Now listen, I brought my own Sawzall too, okay? Because I knew you F-ups wouldn't have a charged battery. You can pause it for a second. I'm just going to nip. You cannot build a house without this. Now, you have to pay for the J-bolts, and then you have to pay for someone to set them.
Yeah.
And then you have to pay for someone to come clip off the 4 inches of threaded J-bolt that's sticking out in the slab because that's where the sill of the big French doors is going to go. I am telling you, you cannot build a house without some of this, but if you can keep it to 3 or 4%, you'll make it.
Sure.
LA's at like 85% this, right? Like every idea fucks up. It's a bad idea. We're going to give out clean needles to the homeless. It's going to work out perfectly. We're going to put heroin in vending machines. You know what I mean? Like every one of our ideas turns to shit. If you run a Keebler factory, X amount of cookies are going to come down the conveyor belt broken, and that's part of it. But when it gets to 90% broken, you're fucked. And these jobs, it always exists. But these jobs are 4%.
Sure.
LA's at like 85%.
Yeah.
All right, sorry. I'll play you this clip anyway.
Wouldn't have a charged battery, so I'm just going to nip this right in the bud.
Now, I punctuate it by smacking it, knocking it off because
There you go.
I want to prove my point.
You're doing the next two. Notice I went down as far as I could go. Got even a little into the concrete there. I think, we could hit this with a stone, but I think the sill will lay down.
Yeah, there were multiple openings where they had J-bolts sticking out from the ground. And J-bolts, you just sink them into the wet concrete, and they stick out like 4 inches, and you bolt the bottom plate if there's a wall there.
Sure.
But there was no wall.
God, I pray to God that somebody shows up here one day and just goes, who's the son of a bitch who took the J-bolts out of the goddamn concrete? They were there for a reason.
By the way, I never consulted the guy. That guy's the architect. I just walked in, I looked up, I saw the header, I looked at the view, I looked at him, and I said, I'll take him out.
Yeah.
He didn't go, no. We're building a pony wall. You don't get it.
Yeah.
We're doing a Dutch door there. He didn't say anything. He just looked at me and went, nah.
All right, sure. Yeah.
All right. We'll take a quick break. Rudy's got the news, and we'll do that right after this. O'Reilly Auto Parts. They're in the business of keeping your car on the road. They offer friendly, helpful service and all the knowledge you need. If I can't figure out what's wrong with my car, I always hit up my good friends at O'Reilly first. I mean, I'm not working on my electric car, but I do work on my race cars a lot. They have thousands of parts in stock and can test your battery for free. Need wipers, a brake light, or a quick fix? They have you covered. They'll find that part. Everyone who works there is knowledgeable and friendly. The professional parts people at O'Reilly are your one-stop shop for DIY auto stuff in store or online. It's O'Reilly, right, Dawson?
Stop by O'Reilly Auto Parts today or visit us at O'ReillyAuto.com/Adam. That's O'ReillyAuto.com/Adam.
At Pluto TV, we're celebrating Black History Month with our free curated collection of Black entertainment.
No ifs, ands, or buts about it.
Catch award-winning films like Dreamgirls, Monsters Ball, and Selma.
We must make a massive demonstration.
Iconic hits like School Days and Set It Off. Plus full seasons of shows like Tyler Perry's Sisters and Power.
I got you.
It's star-studded brilliant Black entertainment, and it's all free.
It's getting good.
This month and always on Pluto TV. Stream now, pay never.
It's time to check Adam's voicemail.
Ace, we need the National Immigrations and Customs Enforcement. Who wants to abolish NICE? Also, WD-40 deodorant, I'm in. Get it on.
You can leave us a message at 888-634-1744.
Well, Rudy's got some news. I will say I went in the other room and I found a little digital clock that we used to take with us on the road, but then all the clubs got clocks. But I forgot to talk to Rudy about our second club so far that had no clock, which is a weird thing because for the second time I said, okay, the thing about a clock on stage is if you can basically time out and measure your 1 hour set or your 20-minute set, then you can kind of keep track of your own time, essentially.
Sure.
But if you're doing a podcast format where you're talking and interviewing the guest and playing some games and doing some stuff like that, as we did with Michael Yo, I really don't know what the time is at that point. You know what I'm saying? So I really did need a clock, but the answer is the clock broke.
Broke, of course.
Which, but also, do you notice when things, I was talking to you about it, are like a little bit off with a club or a person?
Sure.
There's just a little, there's things that are just like a little off.
Yeah.
And so they had a clock once upon a time. There was a clock.
Yes.
And now it's broken.
Land far away.
And there's nothing else we can do about it.
They made one and that was it.
And it's the weirdest human thing. Maybe it's not weird, but it drives me nuts. It's like the second the clock broke, somebody should have been on Amazon ordering a clock for next day delivery, not several months ago with the clock. But I'll tell you what it does for me. For me, it's like it's what I complain about all the time, which is like it behooves you, and you own a club. All the talk you do with a club is the opener's going to do 8 minutes, and then you do 15, but don't do 17. And then can the headliner keep it under an hour because we want to turn the room about? It's literally nonstop clock-based talk. That's all it is clock talk. It's clock talk.
Yeah.
It's not. Look, when you go out to lunch, you don't need the clock. You just sit with a friend and you enjoy lunch, and you're done when you're done.
Sure.
But it's not like somebody said at the restaurant, the first person's going to come in here and have a sandwich. That's going to be 8 minutes, and then we're going to rotate you out of the booth, and then we're going to bring another guy in. He's going to do 16-minute sandwich, and then you're going to come in with your dip. Your French dip, but that can't be more and have no clock. That'd be an insane proclamation. But that's what the clubs do that don't have the clock.
Yeah.
And I found myself sitting up there between you and Michael Yo, who both had wristwatches on, and I was trying to catch glimpses of what it said on your watch because I didn't want to keep stopping and going, what time is it? But, and I probably should have talked to you and Michael, but I should just hold the fucking thing up every once in a while so I can get a look at it because I was trying to read it upside down. But, the clock broke.
Yeah, so I was talking about this situation with somebody, and their response to me was, well, hey, most comics get a light. They don't use a clock. And I said, okay, but I don't use sugar in my coffee. But I keep some at my house just in case the people who do use sugar in their coffee show up. So why can't we treat the clock like the sugar in the coffee, which is just keep one at the club. And, when Rob Schneider shows up, you don't need to use it. But when Adam Carolla rolls in, hey, man, get that thing up there.
Well, if you are doing, first off, I need it because I mix my act up so much that I don't really know exactly how long I've been wherever I've been. I can guess when I get to about an hour, but I'm kind of guessing because there's just a lot of mixing and matching going on. But also, if you're going to have live podcasts, and you are going to have live podcasts, then nobody. It's kind of a thing now for clubs to do live podcasts or different formats of whatever.
Yeah.
Improv shows or crowd work shows or something, nobody knows what time it is.
Yeah.
So go ahead and invest the $12.
Yeah. Even the Planet Fitness has figured out that you can do red light, green light, like the old boxing gyms. Hey, man, you get 60 seconds with the green light. We give you 30 with the red. Anything that could possibly help somebody keep. But there's so many clubs that don't. And then in the exact opposite direction, you got clubs like Off the Hook where it's all clock.
Yeah,
that clock is in your face. It's right there. You know exactly how much time you got. Yes.
Big countdown, except for they forget to start it when I go out on stage. So I keep looking up at the stupid blank clock that they haven't started yet.
Yeah.
I had a weird deep cut flashback driving home yesterday. I was listening to, there's a great Sirius XM channel. I think it's called Escape. It's like 149 or something. It's the like kind of weird Muzak version of all the of all the songs in history.
Sure. Yeah.
And it's just something. It's kind of out of mood. Well, that's it. You can play a few seconds of it. I don't know why I jumped in so fast, but we'll play it. This is Georgie Girl. Georgie Girl, great pop song, by the way. You guys know this one? Dawson knows it.
I
Rudy's too young.
I don't think I know it. No. I'm sure if
You
I heard
do.
the actual
You
version
do.
of it,
You
I
do.
know it. Yeah, yeah. Because we played this game in the car a lot.
There, Georgie girl.
Yeah.
There's another Georgie deep inside. It's probably one of these.
What was that?
It's that's what they say. I think sure. It's kind of an early liberation song.
Yeah.
It's like about, hey, young girl, there's more to you than just being a living in the kitchen. You got dreams and goals.
Yeah.
Like it was a that girl kind of moment. But you listen to it. So this is the Baja Marimba band.
Oh wow! Look at these guys.
They're probably all Jews.
Yeah.
But they told him, here's a cigar and put a sombrero on. The new Georgie girl. Now this, all right, you can pause it for a second. This is one of those bands that got screwed because this band is called The Seekers, the actual band from Georgie Girl. But I bet you everyone thinks it's a Mamas and the Papas song or something. It gets tagged onto another band.
Yep.
And the Seekers I think the Seekers were one-hit wonder. I think all they had was Georgie Girl, and people think it was Mama Cass or and I don't know. You can find some of the actual Georgie Girl, but so I had this weird flashback, which was the Baja Marimba band was formed by a friend of Herb Alpert, who was having so much success with the Tijuana Brass, because Herb Alpert and the Tijuana Brass had tons of chart-topping hits in like the mid-'60s, and I think 1966. I think that Herb is friends with this guy named Julius Wechter, who played the vibes or the marimbas.
Oh.
He played the xylophone or whatever. If it's metal, it's xylophone. If it's wood, it's like the vibes or whatever. I don't know what it is, but he played that. So I think what he did is he just got a bunch of dudes from like the Wrecking Crew, and he said, we're having so much success with the Tijuana Brass, why don't we just start a Baja Marimba band, which is like, again, a bunch of session Jews, but we'll make them up like they're banditos, and you guys will fucking tour and sell records too.
Yeah.
I'm guessing. Do we have the original? And were the Seekers, I don't think I think this is it for them, 1966. And like I said, I think they got lumped in. I think a lot of people just thought, it's a Mamas and the Papas song or something.
Somebody brought this up the other day about a lot of those bands during that time. They just sort of had all this, they all sounded the same. I was like, if you listen to the nonsense that is going on nowadays, it is so bad.
Yes.
Oh, it's terrible.
So here it is. And
sounds like a mushroom trip.
Hey there, Georgie girl, swinging on the rave so fancy free. Nobody will ever see the loneliest man inside you. Hey there, Georgie girl, why do all the boys just pass you by? Nominated for an Oscar.
What?
For Best Original Song.
What movie was it in? Another movie called Georgia Boys?
Window shopping and never stopping to buy. For Best Original Song in what movie? Andrew? A little bit, hey there,
they should do a side-by-side of this lovely lady next to Cardi B from Las Vegas this weekend and how they dress on stage nowadays.
Singing about her pussy.
Get a bucket and a mop for this wet-ass pussy.
By the way, it's not a live version of this song.
No, you're right. Totally, yeah.
But they took footage of like Monterey Pop or something, and they put it over this.
Yeah.
The name of the movie, Georgie Girl.
Yeah, look at that.
Oh, that's right. There was a movie. I love the guy playing the stand-up bass.
Oh, yeah.
This is what music used to be. Now we got fucking Bad Bunny dancing with Street Horse.
Yeah, this could have been a Super Bowl halftime show at Super Bowl IV, but instead...
I'm going to start pushing now for the Seekers.
Yes.
If any of them are still alive.
You know what? We'll even take an AFC, NFC championship game halftime. It doesn't have to, but just something. Anything other than what we had this past year.
So I realized that I had this crazy flashback with when I started thinking about the Baja Marimba band and Jules Wechter and Julius Wechter. And at some point, so we may know this from listening to the show, but we didn't have a lot of high water marks in my house. You know what I mean? So it's like, if something cool came along, it's seared into my memory.
Yeah.
My kids, they're either at the fucking Daytona 500 or at the Super Bowl or in Maui. I don't think there's enough room on their hard drive to mark all the things. But believe me, I remember that time we went to the Sizzler in Sherman Oaks because that was a big deal.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Core memory.
Yeah, a lot of core memories of stuff that my kids would look at as discarded memories. Looked at me, it was like a big deal. And one day, I was with my dad and my sister, and it must have been about 8 or 9 or something. And I said, my dad said, well, it was like a Saturday. And he said, we're going to Julius Wechter's. The guy had an estate. We grew up in literally 1 bedroom, 1 bath. I've never lived in a house with 2 bathrooms. And no one in my family had 2 bathrooms. My grandparents, 1 bathroom. My mom, my dad, everything's 1 bathroom.
You kind of... A can of popcorn bucket, that's a half a bathroom, right?
That was in the garage. That house did have 2 bathrooms, actually. Just 2. But we were going up to this guy's like estate. And he was up in like Encino or something. And we came pulling into that place. And it's like gates and a driveway and a big, Spanish type house from the 20s, real Los Angeles stuff. And had a music room with the vibes on it, in it, and everything, and people by the pool. And it was just stuff like as much free soda as you wanted, you know what I mean? Like you could have 3 root beers. Like I was like Forrest Gump, like, oh my God, free soda.
Yeah.
Free soda, like how rich do you have to be to just have a tub filled with soda? And also at my family or anyone I knew, like, yeah, there might be a Shasta somewhere, but if you think you're going for your second Shasta, you're going to get yelled at. Like if you start getting near that fucking cooler and someone already saw you took one out an hour and a half earlier, and you think you're fucking circling back to that cooler, you're going to get excuse you, like you're going to get yelled at by somebody for 2 sodas. He's like, have all the fucking soda you want. I don't care. And he's real, Hollywood 70s kind of thing. And my dad played the trumpet. So my dad was pitching this guy's got the Baja Marimba band and he needs some trumpeters. He needs the whole brass section. And these guys tour the world and make money and play live. And what I didn't really know is my dad was a shitty trumpet player. I just thought he was a trumpet player, and this Julius guy who's rich.
Yeah.
He needs a trumpet player.
Yeah.
So maybe my dad could hook on with this band, and it'd be win-win because it would be money.
And soda.
And he'd be on the road all the time.
Yeah.
So this would be awesome, and we could get some stuff. And so I was just sitting in traffic yesterday listening to the Baja Marimba band play Georgie Girl, and I was just having this weird flashback of being in this guy's backyard and going, like, everything was a marvel. Like, look at the house with the second story. It's just another house on top of the house with another house. And the sodas.
They got more free sodas.
There's more sodas. And it was like, oh, and we went to the music room and stuff. And so I was sort of like, oh, man, you play the trumpet, and he needs a trumpet guy. This is going to be awesome because you're a kid, you can never really do math like on,
Yeah.
But I wasn't doing this. My dad wasn't a good trumpet player. So, and this guy, This guy's best friend was Herb Alpert. Herb Alpert was his best fucking friend.
Yeah.
So that's like if Michael Jordan's your best friend and this guy's trying out for your basketball team and he's a short, squatty Jew with no vertical.
Sure.
Like, I think you, of all people, Julius Wechter probably knew bad trumpet playing from good trumpet playing as good as anybody on the fucking planet, right? And so when my dad hit a few scales and he's used to sit next to Herb and the fucking Wall of Sound with Phil Spector and the Wrecking Crew, I bet he probably sussed Pops Carolla out pretty fast. But at the time, I just thought, I just went home, was like, stood by the phone.
Yeah.
I was waiting for that phone to ring.
He heard that first note from your dad, and he looked over at you and was like, you know what? Take as many free sodas as you want,
Take
kid.
all.
You need them. You're going to need them.
Yeah. This is going to have to last you well into college.
So did I miss the part of the story where, how did this meeting get set up?
You know, my dad played the trumpet. He probably had a few friends who played, who were like, you know, doctors and stuff, but played on the side.
Oh, sure.
And they would jam a little bit. And he probably knew Dr. Gold, who played the stand-up bass or something. It's not that big a community. And somebody probably said, you know, Julius is reforming and looking for guys.
Yeah.
He's looking for some trumpet players. Why don't you? I could call him and maybe just swing by, you know. And then, I don't know, Julius Wechter probably said, I'm having some people over on Saturday. Just tell them to come by.
Sure.
Or something like that. I mean, it was probably people just kind of being nice. I can't tell you all the people I've had meetings with about some book or something that they're never going to write or whatever. They weren't any good at whatever. But yeah, guy, come by, we'll have a chat.
Yeah.
And I never really got the full lowdown. Like, I don't know if my dad like auditioned for him. I don't think he could have sent him a tape because that would have mean he'd have a tape.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what he would have done. I can't remember if he brought his trumpet or he just picked one up in the music room or something. But
your dad's outside like Cusack with a boombox
holding
over
the
his head.
box. Well, Julius, I made the right decision, I would say. But that was as close as we ever got to start him. Julius Wechter, I think I looked him up. He died young. He was friends and even partners, I think, with Herb Alpert. It's funny because the whole Tijuana Brass and Baja Marimba band were made up of dudes who weren't Mexican or Spanish or anything.
Yeah.
They were just kind of the Chipotle of bands, you know what I mean? And but they all, I don't know what, I've heard of Wechter. It doesn't feel very Spanish to me, but I don't know what kind of name that is. He died in 99. He was a musician, he was a composer. He played marimba and vibraphone. He played percussion instruments. He composed the song Spanish Flea, which was a hit for Herb Alpert, later of the Baja Marimba band. And he's born in Chicago. He's not Mexican at all.
Yeah.
And neither's anyone in his band.
Yeah.
And he, I guess, was reforming the band or something in the early 70s, and that's where Dad got his trumpet chance.
Much like they took the Italian dudes and made them play Native Americans. This guy was like, whatever, man, here, throw a handkerchief around your neck and
grow your mustache out.
Yeah, get the bandolier belt of bullets. We'll throw you up there and
I think they would call that cultural appropriation now.
A little bit.
Oh, play the Baja Marimba version of Georgie Girl though. It was actually, I was listening to it and I was like, oh, these guys are good.
Yeah,
like it was good. Like, these guys are good session musicians, so they can just go have fun with this stuff. And everyone makes fun of this music, but it's really pretty good.
Yeah, absolutely. Look at that one guy on the right there has got the Karen Bass hat with the... We know who he's voting for.
There's this time when guys could fucking drink and slap waitresses in the ass and they'd go out and have a good time.
Absolutely. Yeah, I miss the Fu Manchu. Look at that. There's two of those dudes in there with a good... Oh, actually, there's a third. You see the guy up in the top. He's kind of got a altered Fu Manchu. We should bring more of those back.
The only guy who's clean-shaven looks like my dad looked when he was clean-shaven. So maybe they're like, listen, good news and bad news, Jim. We're not going to hire you. You're going to rot in North Hollywood. But there is a dude who looks like you, except for he's really good on the trumpet.
Yes.
So if it's any consolation, if you squint.
Yeah, so the next time you're at the bar and somebody goes, hey, don't you play for that? That's me. It's totally me. Yeah, me and the guys, the Fu Manchus and the mustaches. A lot of Jews, but hey. We're making it happen.
Right, here's the horns. Oh, yeah, Nah, they needed guys with chops.
Your dad could pack up the trumpets for these guys, but not. He could go on the road as the roadie.
There's the vibes.
Yeah, man. Ow. Now everybody's just got a goddamn laptop in front of them.
Everyone could fucking play an instrument back then.
Absolutely, yeah.
Oh, crescendo. Oh, yeah. Pops
man.
would be that flugel. He'd probably be blowing his spit valve out about now. What was that? Stop the recording. Oh, big ending.
Yeah. Oh, this is on the drive back to Vegas tomorrow.
Oh, yeah. This is good, right?
This is good stuff. I like that.
Very layered.
Yeah.
So did they have what was the Baja Marimba band's biggest hit? I guess would be the question. I don't think it was Georgie Girl. But anyway, all right, you can do the news and
those boys are looking it up. All right.
Homes.com. There you go. Some might say Homes.com is the best home shopping site. It may be Homes.com's super comprehensive and transparent agent directory. It may be that Homes.com is the only site that always directly connects you with the listing agent who knows the home the best. Perhaps it's because Homes.com has the most in-depth neighborhood content of any home shopping site that's extensively researched to highlight the personality of each neighborhood. Homes.com goes above and beyond to bring home shoppers the in-depth info they need to find the right home. Homes.com, that's Homes.com. We've done your homework.
At Pluto TV, we're celebrating Black History Month with our free curated collection of Black entertainment.
No ifs, ands, or buts about it.
Catch award-winning films like Dreamgirls, Monsters Ball, and Selma.
We must make a massive demonstration.
Iconic hits like School Days and Set It Off. Plus full seasons of shows like Tyler Perry's Sisters and Power.
I got you.
It's star-studded brilliant Black entertainment, and it's all free.
It's getting good.
This month and always on Pluto TV. Stream now, pay never.
You may have seen this already, but boy, can you hear the gears grind. AOC spits out word salad when she's asked about China, refuses to say if the U.S. should defend Taiwan. This was part of the panel at the Munich Security Conference on Friday. And boy, if you have not seen this video yet, it is, oof.
Yeah, I like to watch it side by side with her calling Elon Musk dumb.
Yeah.
It's great.
The U.S. actually commit U.S. troops to defend Taiwan if China were to move?
I think that this is such a, I think that this is a, this is, of course, a very long-standing policy of the United States. And I think what we are hoping for is that we want to make sure that we never get to that point. And we want to make sure that we are moving in all of our economic research and our global positions to avoid any such confrontation and for that question to even arise.
All right. So now here's our big problem. Right now, whoever's asking the question goes, I don't know what that was, but anyway, I asked you if we should commit to moving troops to defend Taiwan.
Yeah.
So could we get an answer to that question?
Mm-hmm.
They go, oh, okay. And then they move on, and they let these fucking imbeciles off the hook.
Yeah, no follow-ups. Yeah.
Yeah, listen, she's a dope, everybody, but she has a lot of what I like to call personal momentum, and dumb people respond to other people with personal momentum. It's essentially DJ Khaled. DJ Khaled is a talentless lump of shit who can't play an instrument or do anything, but I talked to a lot of people like, I like that dude. You like that dude because he's a talentless sack of shit who has momentum, and you respond to the momentum. And people respond to momentum, but only dumb people. Smart people see it, and I see DJ Khaled D-box Bob Marley's guitar and bang on it like a chimp trying to fuck a football, and I go, this guy's a talentless piece of shit.
Yeah.
And then I see Julius and the Baja Marimba band, and I go, oh, these fucking guys know how to play instruments.
Yeah.
And there's a difference to me.
Yep.
She doesn't know what the fuck she's talking about because she's a dope, but she has personal momentum. Listen, everybody. 3 years ago, I said on Sean Hannity's show, if she was 60 and fat and from Minnesota, no one would listen to a fucking word she ever had to say again. And everyone looked at me and went, what's that supposed to mean? You want to listen to the tape? You tell me what it means. It means exactly what I said. It caused a kerfuffle, and I got interviewed after it, and people go, what do you mean by that? Okay, let's break it down. She was fat and middle-aged and from Minnesota. No one would listen to a word because she's a dope.
Yeah.
And everyone was like, so what do you mean?
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know. Is there any more... Is there any more evidence that we shouldn't listen to this person because she's a fucking dope, but it's not her fault. It's the people who listen to her's fault.
Yeah. Yeah. When you're talking about other people that nobody would listen to her, no, you're right. The other fat 60-year-old chicks from Minnesota definitely would listen to her.
Right.
And you're right. Yeah. The DJ Khaled thing, that dude definitely been on a couple of Super Bowl halftime shows, aforementioned, but definitely not the Baja Marimba band.
No.
It's going to take me a second to get it right.
It's either Marimba. I think it's Marimba.
Marimba?
It is Marimba.
Okay.
But you want to say Marinda.
Yeah, right.
Like you're a
Marinda's
retarded
Baja
guy trying
band.
to say Melinda.
Marinda is a city in the Bay Area, by the way.
Oh.
Okay.
Coming in the back door was the Baja Marimba's band. Biggest hit.
Wow. Coming in the back door.
man.
That fucking did another shot at tequila when that guy came up with that idea.
Yeah.
And that's what they tell the chicks on the road. You know what I'm famous for. Do we have that in that song?
Somebody make sure that's on the playlist next time my girlfriend's in town, because
Coming in the
that's
back
subliminal
door.
messaging right there.
And the beauty of them is there's no lyrics. So
Yeah.
you could have called this Flowers Just Because. But you called it Coming in the Back Door. It's not like you could play this if you played this for 10,000 people and went, name this, they wouldn't go, Coming in the Back Door? Or how about Hitting Her in the Hiney? Is that it? This sounds like a...
This is my new favorite band.
Yeah,
They're great.
Yeah, listen, I haven't had a lot of anal, but this would be the music that this is the
That's right.
soundtrack to it for sure. Yep.
Oh, they have singers.
Well, it's more of an ethereal sound.
Right.
It's an ambiance. It's not like somebody actually spitting bars over the top of this.
This is where they
see,
needed
this is-
Jim
yeah.
Carolla to step up.
Oh man, this is us walking
yeah.
through the French Quarter in New Orleans, pounding them back. A lot of range, man. I mean, listen to this. This has like a jazzy sort of New Orleans vibe to it. Then we get to you're right, this could have been Flower Fields, or whatever you called it.
Flowers Just Because.
Flowers Just Because, coming on flowers. And jizzing on your roses, something, anything.
I could see a scenario where, like, they said to my dad, you know, the guy looks just like you in the band. He had a heart attack and he's in the hospital, and we got a gig. We got a big gig at Madison Square Garden coming up this Saturday. Now, We're going to need you out there.
Yeah.
My dad was like, okay. And right before he walked on stage, Julius walked up to him and goes, I'm going to need the mouthpiece of that trumpet. He went, what?
Yeah.
I can't play without a mouth. Yeah, give me the mouth. Give me that.
This
Just
is
get
like,
up there.
This is like Paul McCartney going to the sound guys and going, whatever you do, don't put
not.
Linda in the main mix, okay?
That's right.
Don't put Jim in the main mix, all right? There's going to be 18,000 out there.
That's right. Pot him down. All right, that's their hit. Did they have another anything else that made the charts? Look, you could do a lot worse than the Baja Marimba band.
Yeah, well, you could. Yeah, and I heard it the other day.
They did a cover of Ghost Riders in the Sky.
Oh, wow.
Which was their second biggest hit.
Wow. Somebody doing the whip? There's a whip in that song, isn't there? They got a whip in that song?
I think it was your dad, actually.
Played the whip.
Played the whip. Funny.
All right, give me another story, and then we'll do Ghost Riders.
Okay, here we go. Outrage after Florida Teachers Union says children protesting ICE is now required. The latest efforts to push a far-left agenda are unfolding in anti-ICE rhetoric and demonstrations taking place at schools across the country, spurred by teachers and administrators.
Yeah, so anyway, first, fuck everyone who got on me for calling teachers cowards and pussies and liars and cheats and all that shit all during COVID. Teachers turned out to be the fucking worst. Look, it's a group. It attracts a group. It attracts a type. Okay, let me say. If you said, look, Adam, there's one of these guys who, and I go, I want you to talk politics with him or just kind of talk life or how to raise a boy or whatever that is. He's a tuna boat captain. I'd go, okay, that guy speak the same language.
Sure.
I'll tell you that guy, I know how that guy thinks because he is out in the Bering Straits with 30-foot swells. I know how that guy thinks. It attracts a certain kind of guy, and I like that guy.
Yeah.
This attracts a different kind of person, and I don't like that person. And they can't stop. And I've said it a lot, but I just mean there is no such thing as a chick just going, I'm vegan, but you eat whatever you want. At a certain point, she's got to start getting involved with your diet. And this is a whole bunch of fucking vegans, and their job is just teach you about the Civil War and don't bring up your vegan shit. But they can't because they're a bunch of chicks and dudes who cross their legs tightly. So they're going to let their worldview bleed into your shit. And then the problem is you got a bunch of 12-year-olds who believe them and are getting infected by this shit. And then, of course, when somebody goes, how about school choice and vouchers? They go, no. We don't want you getting away from our fucking crate training that we're providing and poisoning your fucking head over here. We don't want you going across the street to the other school that is not run by us, by like-minded people. And by the way, charter schools and all those schools have a much different mindset than these fucking unionized dickheads. And also, why should they even be able to unionize and then control the government? Our teachers' unions controlled Gavin Newsom, who controlled COVID, who kept the schools closed. Is that what you want? You want Rochelle Walensky, who runs the CDC, saying we should open schools and then have a representative from the union tell her to shut her mouth and walk it back, and then she goes and walks it back because she needs the fucking unions on her side to donate money to the campaign so that they can then do the fucking bidding of the union? Why is that even fair? That's called bribery. So fuck these people.
Yeah.
And let's get the fucking charter schools together. And by the way, real simple question for somebody. You can ask them two simple questions. Should people be able to find their own ID to vote? And should there be school choice? And if they say no to both those, you can go, fuck you. You're not intellectually honest.
Yeah.
You're bought and paid for.
Absolutely.
There's no fucking reason in the world why kids shouldn't have school choice. And only thing is these guys, they're big fucking bloated union bullshit. Fucking heroes, my ass. They're almost as bad as nurses. School teachers and nurses. The worst people on the planet. All right, sorry. Let's listen to this dickhead.
So when Florida students are confronted with videos of ICE raids, of families being torn apart, and of Americans being murdered for using their constitutional right.
They don't have to be confronted with videos. They can just watch Dora the Explorer or something, or porn.
Yeah. How about a video on, I don't know, DNA strands, anything else, because you're at school learning, not talking about ice.
They're confronted with these videos, so now they got to respond.
Rates of families being torn apart and of Americans being murdered for using their constitutional rights, they respond.
Right, or running people over
They organize. They speak out. And they do what American students have always done in moments of injustice. They stand together and demand safety for their peers, their families, and themselves. And that response, while framed by some politicians as radical, is rather reasonable. It's rational. And in a moment like this, it is required.
It's required.
To any students being told that they do not have the right to speak out or walk out on their campus.
I like the 3 Ks myself.
I want to be clear. This is the United States of America. You do not shed your First Amendment rights when you step foot through the schoolhouse gates.
Set foot.
So when
not step.
Florida students are confronted with videos of ICE raids.
All right. So listen, first off, where was all this when I went to school?
Yeah.
We didn't get a fucking snow day. We didn't get anything. We didn't get Martin Luther King's birthday off. We didn't have COVID. We didn't have fucking jack shit.
Yeah.
Kids now literally don't have to go to school anymore.
Oh, yeah, no, yesterday was President's Day, Tuesday, day off, man. Tuesday also, not going back to school till Wednesday.
This is the thing that vexed me the most in all of stuff, and it made me realize, listen, teachers, everybody's greatest goal is to not go to work and still get paid. That's every human being's goal. It's not probably Elon Musk's goal, but every other person I've ever known, their plan in life is to figure out a way to not go to work and get paid. Teachers are no different. All they're looking for is fucking reasons to not go to work and get paid. That's all fucking COVID was. And my kids, all the time this happened, and it drove me nuts. As a guy who worked in construction, which is you never got paid. You didn't get paid for a day. You didn't get paid for an hour. If you had to leave 1 hour early on a Thursday to go to the dentist, they just, all right, you work 39 hours this week. They'd fucking clip that hour right off. And then, all right, now I'm rich, but I still got the same thing. I got to show up to the club. I got to show up to Off the Hook. We got to do 3 shows Saturday night. I'll meet you in the lobby at 4:45 in the morning. There's no escaping. I either show up or I don't get paid. I either write a book or I don't get paid. You don't feel sorry for me, but that's always been my thing. I have to show up or I don't get paid. I would love to come up with a way that I didn't get on a plane and go to Florida, but I still got paid. But there is not that option. Teachers fucking love it. They love it because they love staying home, day drinking during COVID, and they don't give a fuck about the kids. And no, they're not heroes. And I know it because every single 3-day weekend was a 4-day weekend for my kids. And I asked all the time. I'd go, you got Friday off? Yeah. All right, well, Monday, right back to, no, we got Monday off. I go, well, wait a minute. We got 3 days. We got a 3-day weekend here. Yeah, we got 3 days, and then Mondays. But not Monday. When they come back from 3 months of summer vacation, they don't come back on Monday. They come back on Tuesday. Why? What job? Dawson, any job that you're aware of where you're off for a week or 3 days or 3 months and you got a date to come back, but that's not Monday. It's not Monday. There's nothing happening on Monday, but it's not Monday. It's Tuesday.
Yeah.
Why is it Tuesday? Why do you have fucking Monday off when you had a 3-day weekend? You want to know what the answer is? We don't want to go to work.
Yeah.
Oh, but here's the good news. In life, I don't want to go to work, but I'd like to get paid. Okay. But now I got to deal with the person who's paying me, who wants me to come to work because he wants me to finish framing his house or cutting his J-bolts off with a Sawzall or whatever he does. See, now there's a problem. The guy who's framing the house in Malibu, he wants the guys to come in and frame on Monday. They would like to stay home and get paid. He doesn't want to pay him to stay home. He wants his fucking... But now the guy who's cutting the checks doesn't want to come in either. And the fucking clients, the kids, don't want to come in.
Sure.
So where's the pressure? Is there any pressure at all? And then we're going to put it to a vote. Hey, teachers union. Hey, teachers. Hey, janitors. Hey, administration. Hey, kids. You want to have Monday off and get paid? Yes, we do. Okay. Well, the ayes have it. And that's how they fucking roll. That would not work in any fucking private sector. Bullshit. And these fucking coward pussies are too scared to work in the private sector. They fucking tapped out of life. Yes, we're supposed to call them heroes, like we're supposed to call kids, people who write children's books are heroes. No, they're not. They're fucking hack writers who can't cut it with adults. They can't create entertainment for adults, so they do it for kids because they're not good enough.
Yeah.
There's nobody who's good enough. There's nobody in the fucking Wiggles who could be in Pearl Jam. They don't do it. You're in a fucking kids band because you're not good enough for adults. And you write children's book and you make Dora the Explorer because you can't make Curb Your Enthusiasm. You'd love to make Curb Your Enthusiasm, but you're not good. Or you're fucking lazy and you've tapped out of life, and that's why you've chosen your little slice of communism, which is a school. Can't be fired, always get paid, never going to get rich, never be out of a job, no one's going to hassle you, 3 months off, and you'll never fucking work a weekend in your life. Good pussies, you tapped out. And now you're trying to convert a bunch of little kids over to your fucking communist bullshit.
Yeah.
So fuck you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes, man, that's going in for rant of the year for sure. It was the 30 for 30 Stuart Scott that just came out recently. I don't know if you guys have seen it at all, but there's a great lesson in there where his daughters, he woke up on Christmas morning and said, hey, I got to go to Cleveland this morning because there's a basketball game. And his daughters were like, what are you talking about? It's Christmas. And he goes, hey, the athletes, they're working. The production crew, they're working. Santa was working last night. Everyone's got to work.
Right.
Just because everybody's supposed to have the day off, that's how you get ahead. It might not be show up early, stay out, stay late. Yes, that is a way to do it. But the days when everybody else is taking off, you put in a little bit of time, and that's how you're going to get further in life. It's a great lesson for everybody.
Yes.
And we're teaching kids that they shouldn't, that it's okay to take time off. You shouldn't be. No wonder why China's going to kick our asses.
COVID. Hey, all pussies,
Yeah.
get under the fucking desk and hide for 2 years. Fucking pussies. Yeah.
I worked in radio for most of my life, and I've never gotten a 3-day weekend.
No.
Did you ever get them on Loveline?
No.
Yeah.
I'm saying no, and I'm thinking at the same time.
Yeah.
No, we didn't. No, I don't think we ever got a day off on, Arbor Day or Martin Luther King Day or President's Day.
When in fact,
no.
When I did radio in San Diego, I was in complete shock when they told me you're working Christmas Day.
Right.
I'm like, oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we when I was in construction, we did a half day the day before Christmas. And the party was we're on the tailgate of a guy's truck, and the boss bought a 12-pack of Budweiser. It was a big deal. We sat there and drank at noon.
Yeah.
So here was our time off for Christmas on construction. Half day before Christmas. Christmas Day off, no pay. And then back the following day so we could get paid for that day.
Yeah.
And that was it. So the Baja Marimba band's follow-up, Poker in the front, no, liquor in the front, poker in the rear.
Yeah.
Was that the
come in the back door?
Yeah.
All right, but they did Riders in the Sky?
Ghost Riders.
Ghost Riders, yeah. Oh, yeah. Mendoza's coming to town with that song.
I wish my dad should have played the mandolin. Less competition. Oh, yeah. Oh, you got your new station on the way home.
Yeah. You know what? Forget the darkness. I believe in a thing called love. This is my new intro song getting on stage now. Yeah.
I'm sure my dad was listening to this going, oh, yeah, this is going to be perfect. Perfect.
That was Jim in the background there, wasn't it?
That was me when they took my soda. That's it. There's Jim.
Oh, those docile tones.
Ah, there he is.
See, this was back when dudes could play because there was nothing else going on. They weren't staring at their goddamn phones all day.
Right.
You had to do something with your time and energy, and this is where you put it into kick-ass songs like this.
This is the actual audition at Julius's home.
I'm actually starting to think that your dad was the greatest trumpet player of all time. He could play with anything.
They called him the Yoko Ono of the brass. There were those who didn't understand. These guys are a dime a dozen.
Oh, yeah. Anybody could do this.
Well, look, a lot of people don't like me making fun of my dad, but he tortured me with that fucking trumpet my entire life.
Yeah.
And listen, I told people I could ride the unicycle. If I carried the unicycle everywhere and brought it over to Christmas parties and had my kids sit around and watch me ride it, at some point they'd get old and they could complain about me and my stupid unicycle everywhere, right?
Yeah.
Like it'd be fair. It'd be a fair thing, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, not enough shame on guys like that. Guys who just like, hey, man, it's like nobody sat down and told them, hey, dude, you're not really good at this. Give us all the break. You enjoy it in the sanctity of your home where we all don't have to sit and listen to it. And then eventually, if you happen to go out and do some open mics and you get a couple of nods your way about, hey, you're getting pretty goddamn good at that, then feel free to pull it out at the Christmas party.
Yeah, people are too encouraging.
Yeah.
And not enough people are told you're not good at this, and it's annoying people, and no, you're not going to catch on with this band.
My graduation party, it was my grad party. My cousin, who was 2 years younger than me, got up in front of everybody at my graduation party and sang a cappella to prove how great of a singer she was. And as she walked away, one of my uncles was like, basically went over to her mom and said, you got to tell her to knock it off. You got to tell she ain't going anywhere with that voice. And now we just spent 2.5 minutes listening to that Celine Dion song that we're never getting back. And nobody ever told her. And now she's a complete train wreck in northern Minnesota.
Well, here's the thing, everyone. Either someone from the family tells you right away or life tells you slowly over time. All right, I'm going to be in Texas. I don't know if you're going to be there. February 27th, 28th, 2 shows. Rudy's going to be doing stand-up. Someone can tell him he shouldn't be doing stand-up after the show.
Well, you're slowly telling me now. That's how that's working.
No,
right?
no, I'm not going to do it.
Okay.
No, very funny stand-up. And that'll be Hyenas. A couple of shows there each night. Go to AdamCarolla.com for all that. Rudy, where do we go for you?
Yeah, so this week, Thursday, February 19th, and Sunday, February 22nd, I'll be headlining House of Comedy in Minneapolis. And I am 200 people away from hitting 10,000 on Instagram, which is kind of like that number that bookers want to see. So please give me a follow at Rudy_Pavich. Appreciate it.
So, till next time, Adam Carolla for Rudy Pavich saying mahalo.